Well guys, start of a new day, start of a new project. Got the 850 and the 140 in here, and somewhere in there is a pond. I'm pretty excited about this one, guys. I think this should be a pretty awesome video series and a really cool project. This property here is part of an old family homestead that I think's been in the family since the late 1800s, and it was once the pride and joy, and over the generations, unfortunately, nature's kind of claimed a little bit of it back. But we're going to go the other way. We're going to take some of it back from nature and kind of get it ready to go for the next generation. So back in here, there is an old pond. And the pond served several purposes back in the day, from watering the livestock to recreational purposes, etc., etc. And as you guys can see, it is very well overgrown. We're probably 100 feet from the pond. We can't even see the water here with all the trees on. This is the dam that actually goes through here. So we got multiple issues. First off, we need to get the brush cleared so we can just see the pond in general. The dam is leaking. It has some issues. It is also silted in. It is believed this pond was built around 1900, so it's about 120 years old and never had any major work that anybody knows of. So first things first, Jerry and I are going to try to get all this brush cleaned out of here so we can at least see what's going on. We were going to burn the brush, but the homeowners decided they wanted to go ahead and just pile it down here on the edge of the woods for some animal habitat, which is perfectly fine. So let's hop in the machines and get started. All right, Jerry's not wasting any time getting to work. You guys see the Dirt Perfect logos we put on there. If you missed that in the last video, I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Should I go ahead and put them on the rest of the equipment, or just leave them on there? I don't know yet. Haven't decided. All right, let's get this girl rolling and get something done. We definitely do not need air conditioning this morning. It's a nice morning. We'll do without that for a little bit. I will have to say the camouflage dozer definitely blends in with the trees. Go ahead and give him a hand. Them trees, that clump of trees right there he's pushing on, they're actually up out of the ground. They scooted across the ground. They stood back up over there. So we'll go in there and get them knocked down before Jerry ends up wearing them. There we go. Got it all kind of rolled up there in a pile. Jerry's carrying her off. Might be time just to get out of his way. Jerry said he can't handle it. He's gonna go home if I don't get it off. I can already see the issue for today. It's gonna be keeping up with him. I got a feeling it's gonna be like the cedar tree job where he's gonna be taking out trees on his own, waiting on me to get trees piled up for him. So, right to work. Check that out. I think I see water. There is a pond down there. There goes Jerry carrying all my brush off. It's like a big broom. This is the first time we've used the 850 to really move brush with all the green foliage on. It's almost comical how much that thing does actually blend into the woods. It's a good thing he's noisy, so I know where he's at. Another round of brush heading to the pile. Definitely starting to kind of see the old pond take shape. I'd say the water in the pond right now is probably about 6 feet lower than what it should be for some reason. We'll get this side cleaned off, maybe get the other side cleaned off, and then we'll do the dam last and maybe get in there and investigate a little bit and see if we can figure out what our issue is. But it's going. We're making absolutely awesome progress this morning, just absolutely kicking butt. That was a lot of smaller brush. We have got down here to a couple bigger trees. Look, we got 2 pretty good sized poplar trees and one, I don't know what that is. I think that might be the ugly tree. Kind of wish I had my 36-inch bucket for this. This is actually the first real test on the coupler repairs we did on the that tree's gonna come out pretty easy. First real test we've done on the coupler repairs where the coupler on this machine was busted. So far everything seems to be hanging in there pretty good. If we can drag this up the hill. Come on, buddy. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Get her up out of that hole, I think she'll come pretty easy. Where's Jerry at when you need him? There she comes. I thought about bringing the 120 up here for the clearing aspect of this because it's a little better machine for clearing, but they don't really have a whole lot of big trees. And after we get the trees moved, we got a lot of dirt to move, and this machine does a lot better with moving the dirt, so we'll let the old Volvo have this one for a change. You gonna back out of here, Traco? Oh, she's gonna do it, I think. Maybe not. All right. Get this wrestled up here far enough, Jerry can grab it. Come on. Nice enough to get the brush out of the way for me, so back up here a little farther, get a hold of this thing. Don't have to get it up here a whole lot farther, and he can get a hold of it. Come on, Volvo, you can do it. You know you can. Put the blade down for this one. There we go. All right, we'll let Jerry have that one from there. There it goes. It's not fair. It's almost like he's got more horsepower than I do. This tree's gonna come out in one piece or not. It's in pretty rough shape. I think that's gonna be a no. You going down? Come on. Come on. There you go. Nicely done. All right, this is the last sizable tree on this side. I think it ought to go down pretty. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Really easy. Always helps this time of year when the ground's dry. Dirt falls off the stump nice, the trees come out good. Completely different animal than in the spring, like when we do all the work for Chris. Look at that. That's how the pond cleaned up. Very, very, very nice. Oh, Jerry's got a wild one over here. Don't scratch the paint. Let's go get the track on, help him get it off the blade. I think he's got it. Let me grab it. It is so easy to tear up equipment, have an expensive oopsie pushing this brush around. It's nice to have a guy like Jerry that knows what to watch for, and knows when to quit. I don't know if you guys can see it, it's up against that cylinder there. It's kind of wedged in there. There he's clear. That dozer there does have a little taller blade on it, which actually does help when it comes to pushing that brush. We got a big old sycamore tree right here. Got a couple bigger trees. What I was trying to say up on this end before Jerry got in trouble there. Uh-oh. John the Volvo, better answer that. Hold on, I'll be back. All right, let's see if this beast here will go down. Oh, it wants to. Come on, baby. There's never bite on it here. Oh yeah. Jerry's gonna have fun with that one. Come on, baby. Ah, nice. See with the old 850 thanks to the big old sycamore tree there. Oh, Jerry's just going for it. Didn't help him out a whole lot there by leaving the stump hole, but if he climbed up out of that hole, we'll have it. There, you got it. You guys always comment all the time how come we don't cut the tree down with a chainsaw or use a chainsaw more often in this situation. And the answer to me is quite simple. If you guys have been following the channel for a while, you'll actually know and remember that's how my dad got killed. Was after he pushed a tree down, he cut the stump off a tree. The stump rolled over and killed him. So hope you guys understand, I don't like putting myself in that situation unless I absolutely have to. The other thing is you got to understand physics and leverage. If you cut that tree off the stump, it makes it 3 times harder to get that stump out of the ground. Now you don't have a big lever on it. And most of the time, it's just as fast to take the machine, shove it down in the woods, and be done with it. Yes, I do own a chainsaw. Yes, we do use it occasionally, but only when I have to. So, we got this side pretty much done. Jerry and I have decided on that side over there, I think we're just going to go ahead. There's very little of it. We're just going to go ahead and bring it on around and push it down there in the same spot where we got this stuff going here. There's plenty of room down there. That'll keep us from having 2 separate nasty brush piles. Should make it clean up rather nice. So I think I'll set you guys up much time lapse for a little bit. Well, with all those trees gone, you can really kind of start to get a feel for how the old pond used to lay in there. We still got quite a bit to clear off on the dam and the back side of the dam, and I'll walk you guys down there in a little bit and kind of show you. I think it's pretty obvious, unfortunately, where it's leaking now. I'm not for sure what's going on, whether it's a tree root or an animal bored a hole through it, but there's definitely one spot over there that's washed out. Jerry, that's a long ways to push brush around there, but he's He's making her happen. He's making the old 850 work for it. Look at the beast go. You got you some foliage here, Jerry.
Yeah. Extra shade.
What do you think?
Somebody just keeps making a mess in front of me every time I get it straightened up.
I figured out the only way to keep up with you is to get you further away from the brush pile.
Then I found me a shortcut though.
Just made it back over here, getting ready to start on the jam. Jerry's bringing another round of brush on the other side of the pond. I just realized, I don't know how this man does it, but he has got this brush stacked up probably 40 or 50 feet tall. It's incredible. He can stack it higher as a dozer that I can't keep track of. Smaller stuff and kind of leave it down there in the bottom. When he comes back and gets this bigger stuff, he'll just roll it all the way up on top. So back to what we were doing before we got sidetracked watching Jerry. This is the old dam, and for something that was built over 100 years ago, this is not too shabby. I've seen a whole lot worse. It's actually got some size to it. It's got some width to it. Oh my goodness, I got tripped over a stick. It don't look all that bad until you get looking pretty close. There's a couple spots, the worst one being right over here, where something has obviously happened and it is leaking. I don't know for sure what we're going to do yet until we get all the vegetation off of it and get a good view of it. But right here, you guys can see where the water's been coming in and going through the dam right there. So at the very minimum, we're going to core this section of the dam. I got a feeling, just to be safe, we may end up going ahead and just coring the whole dam, or at least digging some test holes in it to see what it looks like. But before we do that, we need to get all these trees off there, all the way down to the toe of the dam, which, believe it or not, a pretty good ways down in there because this hill falls off. So the plan is so Jerry don't have to push him all the way around, I'm going to try to drag him out here to the end of the dam and then let him just push him up in that pile. And we'll just keep all of our mesh right here in one spot. So let's get after it. There goes Jerry pile climbing over there again. I don't know if that one's gonna stay up there for him, but he had it up on top there for a second. Nope, we're going for it again. I promise you, he'll have it up there before it's over with. Starting to get the dam cleaned off. You guys can see I found the old overflow here. It's plastic, which means somebody's been in here working on this dam at some point before. Don't know if plastic pipe was even invented supposedly when this dam was built. But man, you can see the damage those trees do. Just look how big a root wad that was. It's pretty much that big area. You're guaranteed it's not going to hold water around those trees. But you guys have been riding with me long enough. I think I'm going to throw you in the dozer with Jerry and let you ride with him for a little bit. there's basically the view you guys had this morning or the beginning of this video, and you had to take my word for it that there was a pond in there, and there is actually a pond in there. It's not much of one, but there is one. But man, 8 hours, 2 pieces of equipment, what a difference. What a difference. So I probably need to explain to you what the ultimate goal is here, so you kind of understand what our next couple steps is. So the ultimate goal with this is to get this back as good as what it was when it was built, and then even improve on it. So to do that, we need to get all this topsoil and everything stripped back tomorrow and get the pond drained, because we want to get all the sludge, all the mud, all the gunk, get everything out of there, get it back to a clean slate. To do that, we're actually going to probably dig out the majority of the dam over here. If you guys remember back last summer, we dredged out a dam where we actually cut a keyway in the dam, just took the dozer and pushed it all out. We're going to use a very similar method on this one, because the dam, this dam is in great shape. I mean, it's honestly, I wasn't around at 1900 or 1910 when it was built, but if that's when it was built, it's pretty impressive for the equipment they had back then. But it had so much vegetation on it, it's been neglected for so long, I really don't trust it. So at the very least, I believe we're going to go down through here and put a whole new core in it. And to put a whole new core in it, it's not really going to be a whole lot more work. Right over here where we have an issue, just to go ahead and dig it on out. We kind of cleaned out a spot down there we can go with all the mud and the sludge. So that'll be tomorrow's project. Get the pond drained, get the topsoil stripped. We'll probably let it sit for, I don't know, a week or two, depending on what the weather is. Dry up a little bit, and then we'll see how good Jerry is. See if we can get this thing knocked out without getting the dozer stuck in the pond. It did the last one. That's pretty much going to be a wrap on this one, guys. Jerry's cleaned up a few loose ends. Let me know what you think about the Dirt Perfect decals on the dozer. Should we put them on all the equipment or just leave it on the dozer? I definitely like it on the green. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Well, make sure you don't miss the rest of the project. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed. We'll catch you on the next one.